Now, I showed you guys earlier a man identifying as a child, specifically to mess with kids and not to get in trouble for it, right? You're going to have a lot of that. But this is what I wanted to go to next. This is pretty wild. All right. I don't know why I'm glitching on here. What in the world is going on? Is my words off? Or can you guys hear me just fine? Are you guys able to hear me fine, or are my words off? Because to me, the computer seems to be glitching. All right, well, so I told you guys earlier about the trans age person. Today, I mean, right now, this is gonna blow your mind, guys. And if this doesn't let you know that we are fighting a spiritual war and there are things that we don't see that we are in war with, I don't know what to tell you. This right here, mine. This is a lady, and this is not the only lady. This is not the first lady. This is not the only person. Excuse me. It's not the first person. This lady right here made herself blind. Right? People who are becoming disabled by choice and calling themselves transabled. Listen to me.
What?
People are purposely hurting themselves and calling themselves trans. They're calling themselves transabled.
What?
It's wild. It's wild. Transableism is a thing. It's actually a thing. Transability, also often called body identity integrity disorder, is a label that refers to an able-bodied person's need to modify his or her body to acquire a physical impairment. It's wild, guys. Choice, not chance. Transabled people feel like imposters in their fully working bodies. Look at the description of that. When he cut off his right arm with a very sharp power tool, a man who now calls himself One Hand Jason let everyone believe it was an accident. You got
What?
people taking off their own arms, people trying to break their own legs, and this woman right here, Jewel Shuping, who blinded herself with drain cleaner. Y'all think I'm playing? Okay. Let's hear her say it from her own mouth. See if you believe it then.
I went blind on purpose, but I don't feel it was a choice.
Did you hear what she just said? I went blind on purpose, but I don't feel it was a choice. Hold on.
Being blind would be a nightmare, but for Jewel Shuping it was the fulfillment of a lifelong dream. She suffers.
For Jewel Shuping, it was an achievement of a lifelong dream for her to go blind. She was fully capable of seeing.
From a rare condition called body integrity identity disorder.
A rare condition called body integrity disorder. Guys, if that's not spirits on you, this is what they do. They'll take you to somewhere like a doctor or a therapist, and those people, a lot of those people don't really know the spiritual aspect of life, so they'll diagnose you with different things and call it different things, when really it's a demon on you. And really you need deliverance. That's how far we've come to actually understanding truth. That's how far we've come from actually understanding God and who we are.
Which led her to deliberately take her own sight.
When there's nobody around you that feels the same way, you start to think that you're just very crazy.
This is by far probably one of the craziest things I've ever seen. By far one of the craziest things I've ever seen. What is going on?
I don't think I'm crazy. I think I have a disorder.
Oh my Lord. This is sad.
DID means that you have a need to be disabled in some way. In my case, it was a need to go blind.
This is coming out of her own mouth, people. This is not just me coming on here saying things with some different pictures. Because a lot of people be having doubts sometimes. So we gotta show you what it is.
9 years ago, Jewel took the drastic step herself, and she researched the method she would use.
I found that lye is very painful, although it does get the job done. I found that drain cleaner.
Listen to me, because I want you guys really to understand this. This is just like somebody calling themselves a demon, or just like a man calling himself a woman and is not really a woman. This is spirits that are on them that they're coming into agreement with. To the point where a man would change his whole body. To the point where this woman will blind herself. It's all the same. It's all one. It's all together. Familiar spirits. It's evil. It's evil.
Is little less painful, although it does a lot of damage to the eye. Because drain cleaner was easily available to me, I went with that.
This woman went with going through pain. Can you imagine pouring drain cleaner in your eyeballs? What?
Found a psychologist willing to help her, and after 2 weeks of working together to make sure she was ready,
Do you hear that? What? She found a psychologist willing to help her. These people in these positions are literally just bringing you further into deception. These people in these positions are just coming into with. This is why it's dangerous to even go to people for these things who don't even really know don't even know who God is, don't know who themselves are. It's a spiritual battle. She done found a psychologist who didn't tell her that it was wrong. She found a psychologist that told her, oh, okay, well, let's help you with this. Not in a way that she should be helped, though. He's coming into agreement with this demonic nonsense. It was probably the one who poured it in her eyes. Look, I don't care, you atheists, different religion. This is the type of stuff you know that there's evil that you can't see. It's a spiritual war. You know that there's evil that you just can't see. This is beyond. Now, you know what you don't want? People identifying as dead and then kill themselves. God forbid. It's not far out, though. It's not far out, though.
carried out Jewel's plan.
I laid down on the sofa and he sat next to me. Two drops into each eye. My eyes were screaming. I had some drain cleaner going down my cheek.
Oh my goodness. This man that she found who called himself a psychologist, who probably has a license, just like a lot of these people have licenses who are changing the sex of children, who should be arrested. Who are putting these people in their positions, I don't know. But she found a psychologist who was willing to drain cleaner in her eyeballs.
Burning my skin. In the moment, all I could think of was, I'm going blind. It's gonna be okay.
What? Oh my goodness. In the moment, all she could think of was, I'm going blind. It's going to be okay.
What?
I'm sorry, but I just don't know anyone else who would come to themselves and think like, I'm going blind. It's going to be okay. This is a condition. This is a sickness. And it's coming out that these sicknesses are being more and more accepted, which is the dangerous part. Like I've told you guys on a different video, God does not make mistakes when He made you. He made you just how you were meant to be made. Look at the young lady, man. This is sad. This is somebody who had a demonic entity on them, influencing them, and they just came more and more into agreement with this evil. More and more into agreement until this spirit got her to take her own eyeballs. What I'm seeing here. This is why it's vital, it's important that we come into a place where we know who we are with the Lord. This is sad, man. And now we're at a place where this type of stuff is coming more, it's being accepted more and more and more. And they start off with slow things. Listen to me, if it's not in God's will, if it goes out of God's law and God's order, it's evil. I don't care how small you started as, it's going to continue to grow. The whole alphabet thing, the what they call the LGBT, it continues to grow into different things. They added a P, they added an S. It continues to grow because anything that goes outside of God's will, anything that goes outside of God's purpose for you, our world, is going to do nothing but take us out. It's sad, man. It's sad. Let's continue to be the light, you guys. Let's continue to spread the truth out there because people like this, I'm sure nobody spread the truth with her. I'm sure nobody shared the Lord with her. Because that's the only way she would have been able to be freed from that trap, from being held captive. There's certain things that doctors can't help us with. Certain things that therapists and psychologists can't help us with. We need Christ. We need the armor of God. Amen? So let's continue to let the Lord illuminate us. Amen. Let's continue to let the Lord transform us. Amen. I love you guys. God bless.